puck in the net tonight. Maybe what's changed? Just better puck luck, or
maybe a little bit of puck luck, a little more confidence. We're getting, we're doing well as a line and taking care of our own zone, and in turn we're getting a lot of O-zone time. And yeah, I would say feeling a little bit more confident in myself and my ankle, all that kind of stuff. It's feeling a lot better, and yeah, we're playing really good as a line right now.
Yeah, in that sense, did that 5-day break maybe over the holidays help you? Jonathan talked about how he felt a little more refreshed, but same with your case as well?
Yeah, for sure. Little reset, family time, just kind of get your mind off the game and just hang out with family and most importantly rest the body and yeah, it was, I came out of the break feeling a lot better and just rejuvenated and I think a lot of us did, and we've been playing better hockey since. On
Jonathan's goal, I think one of the referees actually signaled that it was in initially. Did you think you had scored, or?
I don't know. I knew it hit the crossbar, but I thought it went bar down and out. I didn't think it went in right away because I was looking at the ref. We were looking at each other like I didn't think it went in. So just happy he was there to clean it up.
It was the team's first back-to-back win since mid-November. When you hear that stretch, just what comes to mind that it's been that long?
Yeah, it doesn't. That's frustrating that took so long for that, but it doesn't kind of seem real. There was obviously stretches where we didn't play our best, but there was also a lot of hockey that we did play well. So to get for that to be the first back-to-back win, since then it's nice to get over the hump and start playing better hockey and start getting some wins.
What about Josh Morrissey? He gets the assist on the game-winning goal and then pays the price to make sure that puck doesn't come out front at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, we get the pleasure of seeing what he does day in and day out, both with and without the puck. And, obviously his offense speaks for itself, and, the play he makes to Pierce there. Not a lot of guys make that play in this league, so, he's special with the puck. And then, obviously, without the puck, he takes real great pride in his defending. He's a it's annoying to go against him in practice because he's a great defender as well. And he always gets credit for his offense, but I think his defensive game is pretty incredible, and you see that tonight.
Cole, you've been playing with Jonathan Toews for a little bit now, but just getting to know him more off the ice, what are you picking up from him mindset-wise?
He's been really good for me mindset-wise. He's, I sometimes dwell on things and, replay things in my head or, let it get to me, and he's really good at just moving on to the next shift, the next day, the next game, whatever it is. And, it's starting to wear off on me, and it's definitely been really helpful if you go out there on the ice and you don't like your last shift or you get scored on or whatever, you miss an empty net, whatever the case may be, just kind of erasing it from your mind and moving on to the next shift. He's done it's crazy how good he is at that, and just moving forward, and it's been really good for me.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
Guys. Now a couple times, not getting tired of that song, I don't imagine.
No, it's been played a few times, and I'm sure we played a few more times especially in the Pearson household, and hopefully a few more times here too.
What's working so well for the three of you as a line? That's 3 straight games now that you guys have come up with a goal.
Yeah, I think we just keep it simple. Try to be responsible defensively and let that kind of maybe lead to our chances. Obviously, there's a lot of speed there, and try to keep up to those two. But yeah, no, it's just simple hockey. Don't try to force too many things. Try to wear them down. I don't think maybe the first 40 minutes weren't up to par, but I think we had a good third.
And I was going to say, during this maybe skid, you guys have had some trouble closing games out, that sort of thing. Do you see today as a real good step in that department that you found a way?
Yeah, it's sometimes the game's pretty funny. I think we've played better than that and end up on the losing side, right? So, but yeah, we tie game going to the third. Those are the games you got to kind of put your foot down, especially at home. We can't really take any games off nowadays, right? So that's like you said, that was a good one for us.
Just one more from me, but on your goal, nice play by Josh to obviously get you that puck. Like, are you seeing that the whole way there? Or is that maybe a shot attempt by him? Or
I don't know. They've asked him. I don't think so, but I don't want to speak for him. But yeah, no. Kev made a good play at the blue line there. I opened up first, and then with Jamo going wide. With how we're scoring goals tonight, I don't think it's a bad idea to go to the paint there, right? So whether he threw it there or not, he still has possession if he doesn't. But yeah, it was a nice play by him.
The other night, Eric Comrie was saying that it felt like you guys were finally having fun again out there. How do you put yourself in the right mindset to have fun again?
Yeah, I think it's a privilege to play this game, right? And I think if everyone asked them kids' selves, where they'd be at now, everyone would take it in a heartbeat, right? So you just kind of remind yourself of that. But yeah, it's what we went through was hard. To get that one, and hopefully we can keep on stringing these ones together.
thanks, Tanner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Obviously, closing out games has been an issue at times, but that third period today, I think it took them over 13 minutes to even get their first shot. Must have liked how your group kind of handled a lead tonight. Today.
Yeah, considering the first two periods, I don't think Sheldon was probably overly excited about his group. I think that game was pretty sloppy for two periods both ways, and both goaltenders were under a barrage there. But just the fact that we came out in the third period recognizing that, 3-3 at home, just go out and play a period and, put the chips on the table. And I thought we did a good job of that. And like you mentioned, we didn't give up much, and, our fourth line scored a big goal.
You chalk up maybe some of that sloppiness. You just a matinee, no morning skate to work out some rust. Or?
That's 4 games in 5.5 days, and that to me that's obviously legs, fatigue, but it's also mental. It's a focus coming off of what we just came off of the other night, finally winning that game to break the streak. To me, it had everything lined up for it. To be that type of game, and we didn't look like we had a whole lot of energy in the tank. And when there's nothing in your legs, it goes to your hands, it goes to your head sometimes. But I just really liked the way in the third period that we hunkered down, and you know what, we played and we gained zones, we got it in their end. We just did the right things to stay on the right side of that score sheet.
And just on the goaltender interference challenge, it looked like you were maybe going to challenge that first one. Is that a case where you got talked out of it, or?
It was. We were 50-50 on that one. Just what happened in the last game. So it kind of, it just kind of we weren't sure. The next one was a little bit more obvious for us, but I think if you went and looked at the 3 we got, the 3 they got, every one of them probably could have been challenged. It was all, but they were all kind of those ones right on top of the goalie. But the thing that I like about it, that the goals we got driving to that blue paint. You always talk about games like this, you got to score ugly, and a lot of those goals were scored in that blue paint, going in to find those rebounds, or if it's sitting there, just doing those type of things in a game like that was big.
On that, Connor Hellebuck was pretty demonstrative after the one that you did challenge. Does that weigh into
every goal? He's like,
but when your goalie looks that sure, like
that one was obviously a lot different than the one last game, and then the one earlier, because the guy came and didn't allow him to push back to go back to the net. So we saw the emotion there coming.
Cole Perfetti just told us that since the break, he's feeling more confident. His ankle's feeling better. Are you seeing the same, the progression from him recently?
That's that player that we've been kind of waiting on, kind of getting that, getting his game up to speed in the sense of he's doing things, moving with the puck, his vision, playmaking, he's getting themselves into areas where he's getting that shot. That line's showing some chemistry. Needed it tonight. That line was really good for us, and that you can see now he's feeling a lot better. And I always say it's for those kind of guys, goal scorers, those kind of offensive guys. It's like a 50-pound weight taken off them when all of a sudden they get those first goals, or they get touches. Even when they don't score, if they're creating, they get feeling good about themselves, and you're seeing it with Cole.
Is there anything you can tell us about Colin Miller as well? Left the game.
Yeah, when he fell, obviously lower body, he fell in, hurt himself there. So came out and tried to skate in the start of the second. Didn't feel very good, so we'll reevaluate him tomorrow.
This team Friday and then today, that's like 3 streaks that you guys have really been good. It's
We're
the
a
11
streaky
game
team. We like streaks last year. We got streaks going this year. We're streaky.
But you had lost your 13 previous 1-goal games, and then back-to-back wins for the first time since mid-November, and then the 11-game losing streak.
That's why we didn't want to shoot it in the empty net. We wanted this to be a 1-goal game.
But are you feeling more confident, do you think, that for the group going ahead now?
You know what? Such a big hurdle the other night to get over that game against LA, to get over that, the losing streak. That was the hurdle that we needed to move us forward here. And today we weren't perfect, but we found a way. All those things that kind of happened during that streak, they're all when I don't want to use the S word. When stuff happens, it happens, and then that's what was kind of going on with us. And now it's just put that in the rearview mirror here. We got a bunch of teams sitting in front of us now. I was saying today, it's interesting. You used to always be running to watch the highlights or catch see what's going on with Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota. And now I'm not even looking at them. I'm looking at these other teams in the West. What do they do tonight? And that's kind of what our mindset is: catch teams above us now. Thanks. Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
I was just wondering, as a coach, what are some things that really land with you when it comes to players looking to build trust and also get more opportunity?
Good question. You know what? For me, it's the consistency. Probably the single biggest thing is the consistency in the sense of doing it shift after shift. And if you're a role player, what is that? Is that, going through bodies, making the right, doing a good job on the walls, making sure that you're trying to spend more of the time in the opposition's end of the rink. Offensive guys, it's creating, making plays, forcing the opposition to, try to take your top plays away, your top players away. And so more than anything, it's consistency, hard work, and the compete. Those are probably the big things for me. Thank you.